Greetings and welcome into episode 7. Today's Thursday, November 13th. Uh, hopefully, we get the greenhouse going up today. Bit of a recap from last episode. We did build the greenhouse and we sealed it up. Got an airlock in there. Next goal, kind of, for that is to set up the cooling in there because eventually it will heat up. And then let's try and get the hydroponics trays plumbed and set up and get food growing in there. Might have to heat it up in there if we're in a bit of a hurry. I think we're still okay on cereal bars. So, but yeah, definitely food, and then time permitting, we'll see what other stuff we can do. Probably some quality of life improvements in that. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Hopefully everybody's Thursday's gone well. So far, so good here. All right. So, yep, today greenhouse cooling and then set up the hydroponics. And time permitting, we may actually put up some power networks, for the base, the greenhouse, just kind of separate our power so we're not drawing off. Um, we don't have one network for everything. So, as you can see down the temperature down here, the base has cooled off quite a bit. We're within plant range, at least in this room. Uh, the um, greenhouse is a different story. I believe that's probably closer to Mars's temperature. So, I was on here earlier, and I wanted to make sure that uh, the cooling was taking place. Yeah, and off camera, I actually just reviewed episode 6. We're on 7 currently. Off camera, I did put this console up to display as you can see, it's labeled workshop, the temperature inside the base. So it's just something better to look at, but it is cooling off in here. In here, like I just said, it's perfect for plant temperature. So what we need to do is print out basically the same stuff here to go into there, and we can kind of check that out. What I do want to do though is I want to put a light right here. See what we got. Maybe two, maybe two. Are we doing on cable? Seems to be something we're consistently running out of. Let's do some more. Bring about 14 of those. Okay, so we'll do the light real quick. Just real quick, then we'll get to the greenhouse. Yeah, as you can see, last episode we got this all airlocked in, everything's working. So, that way I don't have to keep using my portable light here. Maybe keep in line here. I believe we were using the wides. Yeah. Which way is the cable going? That way. So let's put it along that line, kind of in line with the locker. Like that. I'll put another one. Locked by cable straight. So we got a cable running there on that frame, but that's okay. That's all right. It's not in there. How are we doing on this stuff? Yeah, we're good. We are good. Okay, so close that. Where's the sun? Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah, I was getting kind of worried. I paused it, and it happened to be night, and I was still doing stuff in here with the time, but just because the orbit of the sun was stopped doesn't mean everything else in there was. So I was still drawing power. Hopefully I can get that battery charged up. So more light, real quick. And we can actually reroute this cable. No, we can't. That's all right. Whoop. There we go. That'll help. And I think we're good for the greenhouse. Like I said in the previous episode, I like to control my own light, so we'll be able to set that up. We may have to do a bit of manual control. But the other thing to do too is we can just get the alloys going, man. That's gonna make life so much easier. Let's check and see this light situation. That help with the lockers? Oh yeah. Look at that. Much better. And I've got no light on, so we are good. Yeah, another thing we're gonna have to do is start getting oxygen and producing. Getting low-ish. Alright, we're gonna be inside for a bit, I think, printing. We'll shed our suit so our hygiene is happy. Our food and our water last longer. Alright, so, how many pipes do we have? We got 2. We've got radiators. 2 of those. That's a crate. Nothing else in there I need? Nope. Wait, what's that? Oh, okay. Nothing else in there. So we got kind of a little bit of what we need here. So we just need probably, and I don't remember if we did it in the last episode or I did it off stream, but I think I took these off, and that's what's making the temperature work a little better, you know? So let's do at least 2 more radiators, and we need 1, 2, 3, so 4 pipe just for that. 4 plus 5, 6, 9. Let's just do 10. And we're just setting up what's referred to as passive cooling. We could put a stacker on this too. And we need a couple of radiators, 2 more of those. Deal. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good. How much are those worth? 2 grams each. Need 4 steel. I don't know. Alright, no biggie. Because we got a couple of rounds right there. So, I don't want to toss that in by accident. Let's do this just for the time being. Is that garbage? Yeah. And I'm out of filters. Gosh, you know, while we're out there, what else are we gonna need? Probably iron. Copper and, oh my gosh. There's iron in there. Copper, yeah, we'll do some iron for this. Copper and gold for this, so. Hope you don't mind, we're gonna have to smelt some ores. And I'm gonna put this, actually put that right there, that right there. How'd that battery do? Not too bad. Alright, so for steel we need 900 Kelvin. Let's try 4 and 2. Probably gonna need more, because I gotta throw a bunch of ore in there. Yeah. Let's do... I guess 2 and 1. See where it takes us. That's just about enough. Probably have to add more though. But we can get it started and go from there. Iron. I'm just gonna pop some more in there real quick. Iron. Iron. Coal. That's gonna boost the pressure up pretty good. Okay, there's our steel. Oh crap. No, 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 no. Oh, it's gone. Damn, dude. That sucks. Well, crap. Oh, wow. That is gone, guys. My apologies. Well, I think Mars should apologize for that one. We will have to make steel afterwards. Damn. That's poor timing. Well, we'll have to do that later. Crap. Man, what a bummer. I just lost 200 grams of steel. I can't believe that. Jeez, that sucks. That blows, dude. That's a lot of resources down the drain. And I think those ingots will take damage, so I don't even know, like, if the storm's over, if I'll be able to find those again. That's gonna take some time. And I'm not gonna sit here and bore you guys waiting for stuff to finish. So, what do we have? We just don't have much. We get the pipes going, I guess. Get the inside radiator going. I can't make the... I might be able to make the valve. For the meter. Let's see. Let's try the meter first. Yeah, we can do that. And we'll need a valve. why that works in here, but it doesn't work here. Huh. Anybody? Might have to put some more wind turbines up. That's something else we're gonna have to do is pressurize this base. We can run an active vent from outside to in here. That's something we could do. Ooh. Or we could actually use our cooling setup. Yeah, we could use our cooling setup, just throw a passive vent on that to pressurize this room to what we needed. So, let's do that. Let's leave some... Oh, that passive vent's got to be on a wall, doesn't it? Let me think about placement here. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter. Because my goal is, you know, obviously this is going to be Mars's atmosphere, right? But my goal is to just come into here, harvest my crops, go out to the workshop, and then through... Because we're going to end up expanding the base. You know, you'll get like a kitchen area, living area, that kind of stuff. So this will just kind of be an offshoot, all by itself. And then we just come in here and harvest the crops. If we need anything from the workshop, you know, to make steel cans or whatever for food, pass through the workshop to go into the kitchen. Because I kind of want the kitchen, off of that side. That way we top off our water, top off our food before going out that door. So that's kind of the plan, my future plans anyway. So I can use this wall for cooling, so but my water's over there. Let's put the cooling over here. Need room for a passive vent, so let's just start there. Yeah. So one radiator, right? And then we want the valve. And then we want the pipe meter. And then a corner going out. Okay, that's done. That right there. Want a radiator here. Okay, so we're going to need a few things. We're going to need to pressurize that. Yeah. And maybe put... If my plants are going over here, let's put a gas sensor here. And then... Yes, I know. Actually, we can dump that in here. We could put a gas sensor in here. That way, when we finally automate this stuff, you know, because this will turn into a digital valve, right? And then we'll run off the gas sensor there in the far corner to regulate the temperature in here. So we'll put a gas sensor there. Oh, it stopped. All right. Yeah, it's good to plan in advance, you know, because you'd hate to have to move whatever you've got set up, tear it down, and then move it just so you can poke a hole through the wall. But I think we'll be good here. We'll put a sensor there. But I got to get that steel made. And it was what? I missed it. Looked like it was 25 in here. So that's actually decent temperature. We can keep it there. We can actually get some plants growing pretty quick. So, oh, I can't believe I lost 200 grams of steel. Ugh. I'm half tempted to just look. I doubt it. I'll bet it's gone, man. Half tempted to walk up the hill, but I bet it's gone. We got that. Now we need this. Actually. That back. Put that back. That up there. What do you think? Should we go just take a peek? I think those ingots are gone, man. That's a waste, though. Wind was blowing off that direction. Maybe it blew into a hole. I can't believe that, dude. We may end up having to wall this off, right? Don't worry about atmosphere and that, but wall it off so we can trap in case that happens again, man. 200 grams of steel, you know? That's a bummer. What do we got in here? Did it fall in here? No, it's probably toast. Wind was kind of blowing off this direction. Yeah, I'm betting it's gone. What's that? That ain't it there, is it? Is that it? Oh, there's something right here. Did you guys see that? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. There's plenty of resources around. Yeah, there ain't nothing in here. Yeah, so we'll add that to our to-do list. At any rate, let's get this show on the road. You guys come to watch quality entertainment, not somebody running around lost. $200 grams gone. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that for a while. So yeah, we'll probably end up walling this off. Oh. We did shut it off. God, we just made the steel too, dude. That's disappointing. Temperature. Try this again. We need heat. Let's see if that pressure comes down, if the temperature climbs. Yeah, it ain't gonna. There we go. Might as well, right, while we're here and have the temp. Oh. Garbage. Okay. There we go. At least I had enough material for 2 rounds. The 2 rounds of steel would have been nice, but apparently Mars said, no, 200 grams is good enough for you. It is what it is. Can't predict the weather. Does anybody need silicone? Probably the pipe bender. Nope, that's good. Hell. Oh, extra is always fine. And then steel. I kind of want to split this up. Our copper and gold is done. What do we want? Let's do 50 there, 50 there. And then we can store the rest of it.
Air tank low.
Well, open your helmet then, dummy. Okay, and eventually we'll get a stacker, like, you know, wherever, so that we can probably somewhere over here, that we can just separate whatever we want. So, copper, definitely in that one. Gold, definitely in that one. Okay, so over here we got, yeah, we're basically set up for in here. Just need to finish outside.
Air tank critical.
What we need now is...
Hydration critical.
Wow, lady. You know, just for one time, I'd like to have her tell me something good. I said that in the last episode, too. Luckily, we've got our water squared away. The most beautiful sound in Stationeers. We don't need that on anymore. We solved that problem. How are we doing? Yeah, we gotta get going on that. Okay, so where were we? We needed steel for what? Problem with getting old, guys. Your memory gets worse. Steel was for what? Pipe? No, we made enough pipe. Radiator. Oh, maybe it was the radiators. Because I've got one. So we need 2 more of those. It's coming back to me slowly. Search. Radiator. Yep, steel. Okay, where did I actually just put that in there and poop it back out. That's still set to 100? What do we need? 2? Okay, there's the radiators. We got this set up in there. Outside, oh, yeah, we're gonna need a liquid drain. What do you need? Iron. Rob from Peter to pay Paul. I try to keep these machines kind of with their own supply of ores. So. One liquid drain. Then we need one active vent and a passive vent. Make sure we don't have one stashed in here. So I think I accidentally made something extra. Yeah, it was the pipe. That's right. Yeah. Nothing in there. Okay. Vent. One of those. And one of those. So we can do the outside stuff first. Set that up. Put that in there. Battery's still good.
Oxygen low. Low pressure. Oxygen critical.
Oh, I hope I have enough pipe. We'll see. We shall see. Alright, so if we corner this off, one, ah, two, three, four, and we put this bad boy here. And then these here. Okay, I need more pipe. Because we have to go up. Need one, at least two more. And a shit ton of cable. Ugh. We need six. Look at that. At 25, we can just close that and then open it as needed, right? So we need at least two more pipe. Pipa. There's that. And then while we're down here, let's make the sensor. That way we can just wire it up while we're there. Need to do that inside though. Okay, and then cable. Our iron's done. Let's just... Get rid of that half gram, you know? Wait. What the hell? Why did that do that? Cable, man. Stop. Really, dude? Okay, got the sensor kit in there. Which goes on that wall. We got the active vent, we got the extra pipes. Got the liquid drain valve up. Yeah, I think we're golden. Alright, let's go outside and set the rest of this up. What the hell? Why is it doing that? Oh, that's freaking weird, man. Guess it didn't like that bend. Yeah, that's strange. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about power. Um, Maybe we'll do that today. All right. We'll have to see what it takes to make those, like, at least the transformers. Could almost go to the wall, because I'm gonna have a grow light there, I think. Okay, now that is set. So before we pressurize this pipe, what we could do, what's the temp out here? 7 degrees. Sun's kind of going down. Let's throw that passive vent on there and pressurize this room. Because I think the temperature was alright, but it's going to cool off now because we're going to start introducing colder air in there. And we want to plop that bad boy. Probably right there. And then we... Oh, that thing's got to be on a freaking wall again. Okay. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm sure y'all do it too. Just need, I don't know, 2 more pipe. Two more pipe. And I'm gonna put that passive vent on there. Yeah, the temperature's nice in here already. Too bad we're gonna cool it off. Alright, I think if I just go this way and then back this way. Ah, hopefully this works. And we can use valve. Ooh, how's that gonna work, man? Because I'm gonna have to go outside and turn that on. Well, we could pressurize the system and then, yeah, let's put some pressure in there. Yeah. And we need to wire that up. Okay, this'll work. It'll work. Alright, so get our tablet out. You wanna inward pressurize the system. The pollutant's liquefying, but it should be draining out. Stress is going up though. Maybe we'll let that rest a bit. Yeah, we'll let that level off, but we'll wire this in while we're waiting. There. Slowly seeping out of there, right? So let's see if that's going to be enough to give us some pressure inside that greenhouse. That's annoying. It's weird that we can use these. That gave us 10 kilopascals of pressure. But this pipe, yeah, We can just leave that open. Yeah, we can leave that open. Wait till we get, what, 60 or so? Yeah. Leave that open. We'll turn that active vent on until we get about 60 kilopascals of pressure. Temperature's looking great in here, man. Heck yeah. What the hell? That's inward. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Maybe. If this works still. Yeah. No. I can't see in there. Oh. That's strange. That pipe network is open. 21 kilopascals of pressure. Okay. Need some more. Unfortunately, it's going to be cold air in there. We may get some ice in that room. Yeah, we probably got ice in that room. Should be doing this during the day. Nice thing is with the pressure in that room, we'll be able to heat it up pretty quick. Plus passive heating when it's daylight here in Mars, you know. There we go. If it'll settle anything above 50, I'd be happy with that. 56, and then we can heat it up in there. I'm happy with that. Okay, so if we wanted to, we got the wire for the green, the grow light sensors in there we can tap off of. Yeah. For automation later, right? check it out in there. May throw a couple flares. "26 degrees in here. That's looking beautiful. Okay, so the only thing we would really have to do, besides heat it up like crazy in here, try 3 for now. The only thing we have to do really for this room to get plants growing in here, I mean the pollutant's not bad. It's less than 1%, and I think that's the tolerance for the plants. But we can just really get rid of that so that they like it, and we can do that right now. Let that heat up, hopefully. And I can empty my waste tank in there too for any additional pressure we may need. So let's grab out of here. Turn that off. Let's grab out of here. Everything we're gonna need is in here, minus the volatile filter. We don't really need that because there's no volatile in there. So. Minus 30, yeah, it's warming up. Hell yeah. There's the scrubber. A battery for it. And pollutant. That's all we need. I mean, we could open that up, but we don't need this volatile filter. We can save that for another machine later on down the road. We'll just set that up right here. Kind of want it facing this way. Put the battery in. So what this is going to do, if you haven't played this game before, that we're going to filter out the pollutants in this room. So as you can see, the percentage and the mole count is decreasing. And once we clear all of that pollutant out of here, we'll shut it down. Plus, I'm surprised we didn't get any ice buildup in here. Well, take a look at that graph. Actually, we can do that while we wait. So, we look at carbon dioxide. It turns to liquid at minus 12 with 5 megapascals of pressure. But we're only down to about, yeah, so that's 600 kilopascals. We're only like at 50. Hmm. Six kilopascals. Huh. Yeah, so it'll remain a gas. If you see that, it's kind of right there at the point where at minus 53 degrees Celsius and 500 kilopascals of pressure, it would freeze solid. So we got lucky there. There, the pollutant's gone. Every box, yep, no pollutant. Perfect. So all that's left in here, man, is what the plants want, right? Just need to warm it up some more in here. And that we can do. Drop, what are we at? Minus 18. So let's do maybe 2 more. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do 2 more. Nice thing is we can always cool it off in here, right? Because we have that set up now. And in fact, we could pull that apart. So we should be set up for cooling. Must be daylight outside. Yep. We'll let that warm up. I think we're good here. Otherwise, we can kind of pre-stage some stuff. Like we can get the water plumbed over here. Get the water plumbed over here. We can put an ice crusher. Probably in this corner, actually. We'll plumb the ice crusher into the piping for water, and then run our line that way for hydroponics trays, and eventually the hydroponic stations after that, right? I don't think 2 flares were enough. Let's do 1 more. Yeah, let's pre-stage some stuff. We need to get the... Actually, I brought the crate in here, so the grow light's here. Gonna run piping here. I'm probably gonna have my grow lights. See if the crusher's gonna be there. We can do... How big are these? 1, 2... So they're like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got enough room. So if we start here, I could put a crusher there, put 5 of our things here.
Hydration critical.
So about middle would be here, our grow light. Can go here on the wall. Like that. Have our hydroponics trays there. So let's get some insulated pipe made. That was that last flare. Let's go 1 more. We'll try it. And I'll actually leave these in here. We'll try it. I think that one's going to be enough. But we do have the means to cool now, so we'll be good. We'll be good. Alright. We're going to take care of our thirst. And our filters. Put some stuff away. Look at the temperature in here, though. Beautiful. And eventually we'll have the same in the greenhouse. We've got insulated gas pipe. What we need is insulated liquid pipe. How much do we need here? So probably 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's go 25. Insul. Can we make a stacker yet? It's driving me crazy. We need copper. Maybe 2. Put one on this one too. Helps if you switch hands. If I make too much, big deal, right? I can only wrap around. So that's a stack, I believe. 5 more, 4 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the reason I do insulate it is because the temperature on this thing, if you look, it's 293 Kelvin right now. And converting that to Celsius, if you can see the small gray number there, it's 20 degrees Celsius. Right? So if we used insulated pipes and explained this in the previous episode, I believe, the temperature of the water will stay the same in that pipe, okay? When we get the ice crusher up, we can also change that temperature to 20 degrees Celsius as well, or 293 Kelvin, and maintain that water temperature throughout the pipe network. So what we need to do next is go outside and plumb that to inside. Oxygen's good, waste tank is good, battery can be replaced. And we can check that temperature inside the greenhouse once we get this plumbed from the outside here. Hopefully it's kind of warm enough. I mean, if I get something planted tonight, that's great. If not, we'll get it on the next episode, man. No worries. So, we could just do a shortcut here. Kind of want it right there, I believe. Yeah. I want it there. And that would just come straight. Am I going to have a bend? Let's find out. I think so. Because that should be right there. So let's bend this. Let's bend this in here. No, we'll come out one. And then bend it in. And then bend it the other way. Like that. There. Like so. Had a brief chill. That was weird. I think I made too many pipes. That's alright though. And if you look, we'll kind of get a preview of the temperature in the greenhouse once that... 7 degrees? That ain't bad. Not bad. We can warm it up in here a little bit. Okay, so eventually my ice crusher's gonna go here. I'm just gonna run a pipe all the way down because I believe... Don't quote me, I don't remember. I believe those, I believe these just fit over the pipe. No. Okay. I did not know that. Or I forgot. Okay, so that's middle. Nope. There. Get it a little warmer in here. Okay, so this... Yeah, see that? 20 degrees Celsius. Oh, forgot to wire that in. That's okay. That's okay. What do we need? Like 20? Yeah, at least 20 degrees. Hoping that flare will be enough. I was gonna drop another one, and the temperature went up. I may just do that. We can cool it off, that's the nice thing. There we go, let's climb it. Gonna have a lot of editing to do on this video. Right. Warming up the greenhouse. We got the stuff ready to go. Just gotta get it warmer in here. Oh, we have a little bit of pollutant, huh? Why? That's weird. They changed it so those flares give off pollutant now? Is that what's going on? Or is it when I took apart the passive vent? Yep, just check every grid, you know. Yep, we're good. Hopefully. Yeah, if we have to, we've got enough in there to cool everything off. If it gets too warm in here. I think we're getting there, man. What do we got? About a half hour left? Hell yeah. We may actually get something planted. I still need to go out and wire that up. So, let's... I wonder... Probably won't be able to see it. Thinking about putting a temperature display in here. I mean, we should, but... I don't think I can monitor from out there, but I think we'll be alright. I can always wire a console in here as well to monitor this area. Once we're able to automate everything, though, we won't necessarily have to worry about that. So, 19 degrees, and we are nighttime on Mars, so... Man, I want a little bit warmer in here. Oh. Because we can always cool it. We have that capability. I'd like to get to 25. I'm going to leave that. Let's go wire this up so that's ready to go. Do I have the cable? Probably not. So, made a bit of a mess. Pick it up. Thank you. I probably took the copper out. worry about that in a second. Should be on this wall. Yeah. And if you're not sure, right, you can take a tool. Provides power connection, data connection. We're going to go ahead and hook them both up because eventually we're going to want to automate this. So we'll go up that way, that up there. And we'll tie into a light here. There. Now with this, turn that off so I don't annoy you guys. With this, let's check how much pressure's in that, because we don't really need a whole lot. 55 kilopascals. That's because it was room. Yeah, we're disconnected from the passive vent now. So, what we can do is pump a little bit more into there. Damn it, turn off. Too much. Not enough. There we go. That'll regulate our temperature a little bit. Because, gotta have gas in there, right? Same as on Moon. So that's wired in. Let's check our temperature in the greenhouse. $25. Nice. Getting there. Getting there. Looking good. $26 in here, man. Still got pollutant. Where is that coming? I wonder if they've done that. That must be a thing now with the flare. Is this thing leaking? I don't think so. I wonder if the flares now give off pollutant. That'd be interesting. Looking good. Yep. Okay. Now, man, we're ready, right? We got light. We just don't have this automated yet, so we'll have to pay attention to the time. Put some of this stuff away. I wonder if I can drag that out of there. I doubt it. I have such a hard time getting these out. I'm gonna leave this here for now. That's actually in a decent spot. battery died again. Man, we're perfect planting conditions right now. Let's sun's going down, but we control the light, so we could have to watch the clock come in and out of here. I think we'll... I really want to do it, though. I don't have a... They don't include that in here anymore, or did they ever? I don't think so. A plant analyzer. We'll have to make that. And then we'll probably actually just build our own tablet to monitor these. It's in darkness. It is thriving. So, in about 6 minutes, let's check. At 20 till, we'll come in here and flip that light on. I hope I can get this through the door. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, really, where to put this? That's not going to be in the way. Right there, I guess. Alright, food's growing, and at 20 till, which is 5 minutes, we're going to flip the light on, so that's good. Alright, so let's update our to-do list. Get out of this suit for a bit. So, we did get the greenhouse cooling done, and we've set up the hydroponics for food. There we go. And power networks, honestly, we should be doing. I mean, it's quality of life, but that's something we could do today. We did build some stackers, so we'll put one on the end of this. And one here. I need, 2 chutes. Frickin' iron. guess I had iron in there already. There. There we go. There. Quality of life, man. Quality of life. Okay. So, yeah, power networks. What we got? We got about 15. Hey, drowsy carrot! Hold on, gotta pause. How's it going, my man? Struggling to sleep a little bit. Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Thanks, drowsy. Yeah, man, good to see you too, dude. Good to see ya. Heck yeah. Yeah, we're doing good, man. Changed it up, doing a little bit of Stationeers, which has got some science and electronics and that going on. Things are good. We had a bit of a family emergency that we were still kind of dealing with, so yeah, it's pretty fun if you're into science stuff, you know, because you're dealing with power, atmospherics, pressure. Yeah, I'm digging it, dude. But I've always been kind of a science guy. You like science? Heck yeah, you got to check it out, man. It's called Stationeers. And if you look here, it's got its own in-game, like, kind of encyclopedia. You trained in chemistry? Nice. I'm more of a mechanical dude, but I did really well in science, biology, chemistry, physics. I took physics in school, so yeah, I did really well in the sciences and maths. Um, but yeah, man. Uh, I've got a whole series there on this. This is actually episode 7, Drowsy. So if you want to check out the other episodes for whatever reason, they're on my YouTube channel there. Take a look. See if it's something you might be interested in. I'm kind of going through and I'm teaching, not really teaching. I mean, I'm going through and explaining everything. So like how to set up the you probably can't see it. I don't have my light on. But anyway, there's solar panels out there and I'm on the planet of Mars currently. But there's solar panels up there and those green lights, they're these logic boards, right? It's to uh, assist them in tracking the sun. So you can set all that up. And in episode, oh my gosh, 5 maybe, I think it was, I went over how to do that, you know. But as I do these things, I kind of explain it. Kind of a teaching tool, kind of just a, game it out on Mars, man. They've updated this game back in September, so they did a major terrain um work through, worked on the terrain. It used to be the terrain used to be kind of geometric shaped out there, but now it's kind of more realistic. So just trying it out. You know, I played Mars a while ago, but that was before the terrain change. So, and then I started out on the moon. On the very first episode of that series, you can kind of see what my moon base was like, and I'm not even really done there, you know. But I felt like drowsy. I felt like streaming again, man, because I like interacting with the crowd. So I figured, why not play a game that you like, you enjoy playing, you know, and interact with other people that share the similar interest. You know, that's my big thing, interaction, man. So yeah. My next kind of project, I've got a to-do list, kind of like we did on Valheim, right? I had that to-do list in my shop. I'm carrying that on over here. Um, Today's episode was to get the greenhouse over here, um, the cooling set up, and then plumbed to um, make some food. You know, because the hydroponics trays take water. This is my water setup here, and it's just plumbed over it. I don't have a light. Let me fix that for you. There. So this you when you land on Mars, you come with starting supplies, right? You get a water tank, oxygen tank, fuel tank. So I've just taken this water till we're able to make our own, and just plumbed it into the greenhouse over here. And then I need my suit to go in there. I've had some people pop in, yeah, a couple. It's different from day to day. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. No biggie. I don't mind talking to myself either. I do that a lot. Ask the wife, she'll tell you. So I'm sure you've got a green thumb, right? Plants prefer carbon dioxide and they expel oxygen, right? So this atmosphere is different than the base atmosphere. Like I can't breathe in here without a helmet, but the plants love it. Speaking of plants, how are they doing? So we can turn this grow light on and give them artificial light, you know. Yeah, it is super technical, dude. It is, you know. But so this greenhouse room is built for them, you know. And you start out with all this stuff, dude. I made these, so don't pay attention to those. But you start out with the pipe, a small water container. Do
Power
I go
low.
outside? Yeah. So let's check it out, man. I think the sun's not ready to come up yet. Oh, I lost power. That's a bummer. Okay. So power's now an issue. Ugh. I still can't. Man, what's going on? Usually you can just disconnect your stuff and go right outside. But what if I do this? Can I pry that door shut? Because it's two different atmospheres, right? There we go. Yeah, it's two different atmospheres in here, and I don't want to mess the makeup of them. So
Air tank low.
I know my air tank's low. I gotta fix this stuff too, though. Looks like we got our power back. Okay. Ooh. Perfect. All right. And nice thing is the sun just came up, so can show you the outside of Mars. What is she complaining about? All kinds of stuff. So suit power supply is running low, which is fine. We changed the battery out there. Oxygen is low.
Air tank critical.
All right. Yes, it is. It's online and LAN capable, local area network. You can just play with the wife or whoever. Actually, the wife and I play this on our local area network. Yep, yep. So, welcome to Mars, Drowsy Carrot. Actually, what I need to do is come over here and take a screenshot of my base for the episode. Green cap. But here's all that's what I mean by solar, right? And because Mars does have atmosphere, you'll get dust storms. She has nothing good to tell me. Cool. I appreciate that, Drowsy. I do. Um. So yeah, if you look, the solar panels are tracking the sun there. They're just kind of rotating and tilting on their own, you know. Wind. Not much wind going on right now, but it's variable, you know. You'll get sandstorms, then those will really be whipping and charging your base battery right here. But that's the base. This here is a furnace. So with this furnace here, this takes some time. It's just an electric smelter, basically. But this one's gas operated. So as soon as you've got the appropriate pressure and temperature, right? And you've got throw your ores in there, that light will go green if the conditions are set for the ore that you're smelting, and then pop that open and it poops the ingot out right now, right? You don't have to wait for it to smelt 50. It just does the 50, shoots out 50 ingots. It's quick, fast, and easy. And this is only the second furnace. That's the first furnace that you come with when you land on Mars. And then you make this one later on. And then there's a whole nother one that you can use. You can pump your fuel in. And that's an oxygen fuel mixture. So, yeah, pretty technical, man. I love it. I've been playing it for a while. My next step is actually to kind of work on this power, right? Because right now, yeah, the whole base is draining this battery. But if I isolate the power networks, I've got the airlock is isolated with battery backup. There's a little battery in there. and then uh, that's it. I have to. This is not separate. That's not separate. That's not separate. I just have to. That's my next goal. Isolating power to each one. I may build another battery up here because it's looking like one battery's not enough, or I have to build more solar panels. Whatever. Yeah. Thanks for the tour. Yeah, you're welcome, Drowsy. It's a good game, man. I'm loving it. Very good to see you. Tell the wife I say hello. If you see Kitman and Auntie Monkey Butt, tell them I say hello. I miss seeing them. Are you still streaming, Drowsy? Or did you take a break? Yeah, time is definitely an issue, especially here in Alaska in the wintertime. Man, the winter takes up most of our time between snow removal and all that. Yeah, if you guys haven't, man, go check out Drowsy Carrot. Looked like he was playing Arc Raiders. Yeah, give him a follow. Go check him out. Drowsy's really good people, man. He does a lot of charity events, charity streaming. Good person. Anytime, Drowsy Carrot. Anytime. One. Yeah, that's the Mars base, dude. And the moon, they've got different planets, right? So moon would be, well, moon and Mars really are the easiest. But moon and Mars are the easiest. Your choice. I would suggest um uh the moon, and then go to Mars, and then they also have what would be next? Europa, which is one of, yeah. Yep. Now you can't travel to them yet, right? So Rocketworks, who is the developer, I'm going to pause this. I'm just wasting resources. Rocketworks, who's the developer of, no, yeah, not yet, Drowsy, not yet. Rocketworks, like I was saying, Rocketworks, who's the developer of Stationeers, and Icarus, if you've ever played that. They actually just on the beta branch, they were um toying around with the orbital space above the planet you're playing on. So we may be able to go into orbit, like from Mars to orbit or Moon to orbit. But for right now, you've got Moon. I'm gonna go by order of difficulty. Moon, Mars, um, probably Europa, which is a moon of Jupiter. I don't know if that's actually technically correct. It might be. Mimas, which is another moon, no atmosphere, but further away from the sun, because in this game, Mimas is a moon of Saturn, right? So the further away from the sun you get, the less solar irradiance you're going to benefit from your solar panels. So you'll have to find a different way to generate power. Um, Moon and Mars are well, they're fairly close to the sun, so they generate a decent amount of power. But the further out you go, the worse it's gonna get. So Moon, Mimas, no Moon, Mars, Europa, Mimas, and then you get into there is Venus. So Venus is by far the hardest, but you have Vulcan, which is a very hot planet. There's no ices. The ices will just melt because of the outside temperature. But at least with Vulcan, I believe there's a temperature variance, so it's not tolerable. You're going to be in your suit most of the time. And I've never played on Vulcan. I've seen two different streamers play on Vulcan, So, right? Yeah. It is cool, and I haven't really played. I've only played on Moon. This is my second playthrough on Mars. I have played through on Europa. Europa is a cold planet. I think the warmest it gets is 100 and minus, what is it? Minus 140 something Celsius. So, uh, you're gonna have to trap. There's a way to capture heat from your furnace. There's a way to do that. But and then Venus is by far the hardest. I don't believe there's a temperature swing. It's like 450 something degrees Celsius all the time there. So it's a hot planet and no ice. The ice is you use for your to get your water and your oxygen and fuel and all that. So you'll have to. Nice thing is about those, I believe, but don't quote me on it. The nice thing is about those pressure on being, yeah, it's like 200 kilopascals, right? The base that I have, it won't work because if we look at the wall, I'm using what? Just iron walls, I believe. At the moment, I do. My greenhouse is made out of steel. It's not that one. Here, this. So if we just look at whatever, that they're all the same pressure. So max. Oh, it would work. Okay, 200 kilopascal. Maybe it's higher. I'd have to look. Anyway, I don't think these walls are good enough on Venus. I think you actually have to go with the the higher one. Like I saw reinforced, right? So there's a reinforced wall. Yeah, max pressure 10,000 kilopascals, So, yeah, pressure, atmospherics, temperature, man, it all plays a part in your gameplay. And I'm just hitting F1 for the in-game Stationpedia. They also have the Stationpedia available online. It's like stationpediawiki.com. One of those things anyway. Just look it up. Stationeers Wiki. You'll find it. Same information as theirs. I think actually they update the website more than they update this. So, all kinds of help. And lots of videos out there, man. I can recommend some people to follow as well, besides myself. They're probably I know the one guy I watch religiously is way more knowledgeable in this game than I am. I've actually learned quite a bit from him. So, we lost power again. I'm going to pause this so I don't die. But, yeah, geez, Drowsy, long time, man. Don't be a stranger. Good to see ya. I'm actually gonna jump off this thing. 2 hours is about my limit. But check it out, dude. Stationeers on Steam. I think you'll dig it. If you like science. I know, I gotta figure out well, I did get a new phone. That might be the thing. Because my old phone, I had Twitch notifications being pushed through. I haven't got Twitch on my new phone yet, so. Yeah, you should be. Because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning over there. I believe that's right. I think you guys are 8 hours difference. Oh yeah, and it's really hard. Yeah. Oh, it's 3 over there. Okay. Um, dang, 9 hours. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, it's really hard and I try, but it's really hard to what do you call it? Accommodate the Americas and um across the pond. Just because of the time difference with me. Like when you guys are getting off work, man, I'm still at work or just getting there. And I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate you stopping in. Interaction, man. I love the interaction. I'll try and work something out for you, Drowsy. What time is good for like you guys across the pond? When do you usually kind of like, hey, I'm just gonna sit down and watch some Twitch or whatever? What time would be good for you guys over there? Might be able to pull something off on the weekends. Let's actually exit. Actually, return to game. What's my issue here? I'm thirsty. We'll fix my issue and then we'll call that stream. Like my afternoons are really early hours of the morning. So, hold on. And the most beautiful, I'm going to give you a spoiler. The most beautiful sound in Stationeers is that right there. If I had power, it's the sound of flowing water. Yes, just stay up till 3 a.m. I'll see if I can't work something out for the weekends.
Hunger cautioned.
Boy, I gotta have to fix my power issue. Oh, I hope that doesn't screw with the plants that are in there now. Oh well, we'll figure it out. It, it, right now, it is. I'm actually gonna save this and we'll log out. That way I don't do any more damage than I've already done. Right now, it is just after 6 p.m. Yeah, all the way in Alaska, dude. Yep. Probably halfway across the world, you know? Yeah, 'cause I'd have to start in the morning on the weekends just to catch you guys in the evening, you know? Maybe that's something I'll do. I think Sunday I've been booked by the wife. We gotta take care of some stuff. But maybe we'll see what Saturday looks like. Maybe I'll do a morning stream for y'all over there in the across the pond. Almost midday to catch. Okay. Yeah, that's way early for me. Yep. Yeah, we'll figure something out anyway. But you also got YouTube, man. Because after I'm done here, what I do is I edit the stream on Twitch, and then post to YouTube um with the chapters and stuff. So like if you don't want to see me doing boring crap, you can skip ahead in the timeline to look at what you want to do. So yeah, and so I pushed to Twitch, obviously, when I go live, but that's usually when it happens. But like on YouTube, I'll post on there because I really don't have a set schedule at the moment. So I'll post to YouTube and I'll post to my X, which used to be Twitter. Usually, I try to give you all a day in advance. I think I posted yesterday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. So pay attention there if you think you can plan ahead. So, man, good to see you though. Good to see you. How's the wife? Still married? Yeah, if you guys don't know, Drowsy Carrot got married a little while ago, man. I remember that day. That was a good day for everybody. Good day for Drowsy. 1 year in August. Dang, has it been that long already? Wow. Daggone. Congratulations, man. Many more to come. Many, many more to come. Heck yeah. Well, you have to tell her I say hello, and I'm sorry to keep you from her. I know, it is crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Time flies, dude. Time flies. Well, good on you guys, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Before you know it, it'll be how long have Rose and I been together? Yeah, let me know if I'm being too loud. 'Cause I can whisper. Um, gosh. Years, Drowsy. Years. I've known her for 30 years. We ain't been married that long, but I've known her for 30 plus years. Yeah, 10. Been 10, I think, so far. Yeah, yeah, I know. I've known her a long time, dude. She was in school. I was in school. Yeah. Weren't married, but we were kind of together when I enlisted in the military. So she stuck around that long, man. Good on her, you know? Right? You'll get there, Drowsy. You'll get there. You both will. I got faith. Yeah, we are very lucky to have someone through life. Especially that share common interest. Drowsy, she plays Stationeers. Heck, she's been playing on her own and doing better than me. you know? I tend to play for, I mean, you've seen my Valheim streams and all that. I tend to play for functionality, right? She plays not just for functionality, but like comfort. She likes it to look good. She likes the space. Like I get a lot of my building ideas from her, you know. Actually this workshop that I'm in right now, I got that from her cuz normally I have that stuff outside exposed to the elements, you know. But it makes sense, right? You can be out of your suit. I explain it in one of the videos. You'll see it later, but I explained in one of the videos that you do have hygiene. So if you're in your suit for too long, your hygiene is going to go down. And the only way to cure that is to get out of your suit and take a shower. But you can build a shower later on because you got a way to filter that. You need certain things that comes later in the game. But anyway, so she closed off her workshop and put hooked it up to the base's atmosphere. So now she does all her work um, without having the suit on. And I figured, and that's a genius idea. So I've kind of implemented that here, you know. Heck yeah. You're very welcome, Drowsy. All right, man. Well, I won't keep you from the wife long. Mine is actually due home any second myself. Always good chatting with you. Right. Got to give credit where it's due. Yes, sir. And I do like if I implement. I actually did that on my moon playthrough. I Gave a shout out to another channel. You'll see it if you watch it. Gave a shout out to another channel, to check them out because I got this idea from them. I'm giving them credit where credit is due. Thanks for the chats and game showcase. Yep, you're welcome, Drowsy. Anytime, dude. I'm here. I try to Mondays, like in the past, Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm out during the day. Oh, we work at the fire station, so I try to do, and then a Wednesday to recoup because I'm old. I try to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday if I'm lucky. But we'll see. Getting in winter, man. It's getting to be busy for us. So yeah, everybody, thanks for stopping in. Definitely Drowsy Carrot, thank you, sir. I've kind of already plugged my stream times. So hope to catch you guys on the next one. Until then, I hope y'all stay safe. Be happy, be good, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, Drowsy. You too, man. Take care of your wife. Tell her I said take care of you too, man. All right, later, and have a good night, Drowsy. Hope you're able to sleep, dude. Get some rest.